Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to another improv story, again from my Twitch chat. This one comes from Rydogg, who is one of my mods, and he says thus: tell me a fairy tale about your best friend and why it's Mr. Rye of the Dog and your jaunty tales on the high seas. I think I'm going to do voices with this one, so I'm going to try something a little bit different with this one, which is rather than kind of spinning what I would call an elevator pitch of a story, which is kind of like all narrated, no real character work, just kind of, this is the story, this is what happened. I'm going to try and do a couple of scenes with the characters' voices, like as if they were chapters of a book rather than a kind of whole outline. And we're not going to get a full story out of this one, I don't think. But we will hopefully get to a fairly nice stopping point, and I'm going to see if that's more entertaining, like more fun to do and to watch. So we will see. Once upon a time in the world of Pringalia, because we're setting all our stories there, a man, piece of cake, was sitting in a pub at the bar, and he'd ordered a beer for himself and a nice shot of whiskey for, I mean, we all know who it's going to be because we all saw the setup for the story, but let's keep it a surprise. No, it's not. It's for his old friend Rydogg, and he's just waiting for his friend to turn up. It's a kind of normal standing date every day after work. Rydogg goes off to work, works really hard, earns the money, and Piece of Cake does other things. And yeah, let's leave it at that. So, you know, just waiting. Piece of Cake is just, you know, chatting with the barman about the dragon attacks and the rise in pirates and how the governmental infrastructure is less a democracy and more just an asshole in a wig. When in bursts Rydogg, comes through the door. He's flush. He's been running, which is unusual. And he comes in, sits down at the bar, grabs the shot of whiskey, downs it, which again is unusual because normally he would sip the whiskeys, you know, rather than just taking them down as a shot. But he just downs the whole thing. And Piece of Cake is a little bit concerned. So he says, Rydogg, what's the deal? He slams the glass down. Rydogg slams the glass down, turns to Piece of Cake, and he says, I did it. I finally did it. Piece of Cake goes, you did what? I don't understand. What did you do? And he's like, I did it. He then notices that the ass flap of Rydogg's pantaloons is a little bit loose. And suddenly Piece of Cake knows exactly what he did. What, you finally shat on your boss's desk? Asked Piece of Cake, to which Rydogg replies, yep, and now I'm in trouble. We gotta run. Piece of Cake is a little bit worried about this for two reasons. One, because he has to run and he's not a fan of running. And two, where the fuck is the money gonna come from? Doesn't matter. Inside joke, kind of. Piece of Cake, well, run where? I don't understand, you know, where we're going to run or why we have to run. All you did was shit on your boss's desk. That can't be a crime that involves us running away. To which Rydogg replies, turns out it is. Oh, God, that voice is going to kill my friend. Anyway. And then Rydogg says, well, it's okay. We got that boat which you've been doing up for us. His voice is changing. I think I'm kind of channeling a little bit of Danny Glover here. Oh, God, this is terrible already. I love it. Piece of Cake looks a little bit worried here because, yes, it is true. He had told his old friend Rydogg that he had been working on the boat that they brought together for a number of years, which is why he didn't have a job himself because he was doing this other fun project for them. But Piece of Cake wasn't exactly the fastest worker in the world. And to say the boat wasn't particularly, let's get the hell out of Dodge ready, was a bit of an understatement. So, Piece of Cake tries to diffuse the situation. But first of all, he sips his beer because he's also a little bit worried this might be the last beer he ever gets to drink. But he stays calm and he goes, well, look, come on, surely we can just explain to people. It can't be that big of a deal. Maybe you could even get your job back. I'll buy the whiskey after your shift, so it's all okay. To which Rydogg replies, I ain't going back, sucker. Okay, now I'm just doing Mr. T. I've just made Rydogg Mr. T. I ain't getting on no plane, sucker. Anyway. To which Rydogg says, no, I did it. I sat on that desk. We're going. Let's get on the boat and let's just sail away. So Policeofcakes calmly, without letting his feelings show, downs the beer and says, fine, let's do it. Let's go. So they leave the bar at a brisk, if albeit not quite running speed. We're two husky fellows. And we make our ways through the side streets, through the back alleys of the town, which I didn't give a name, and I'm not going to because I can't be bothered. Because all it would be called is Lemonade Bottle. All right, fine. We're in the town of Lemonade Bottle. And we make our way down to the pier and the little work shed where Policeofcakes has spent most of his days working on the boat. And without further ado, because they hear the guards rolling away, they get on the boat and they sail off to a new and distant adventure. A few days pass. Rydogg is furious, and he has been incredibly silent about his furiosity, which isn't a word, I don't think. Policeofcakes has been basically talking for the entire time, trying to make the situation a little better. The problem is, I think Rydogg is starting to realize he's wasted quite a lot of money over the past year on the building of the raft, not on watching a certain somebody on Twitch and showing a shit ton of support. On the building of the boat. Shit, I just said raft. I gave away the twist. Shit, it's fine. That's improv, baby. But yes, all this boat has, after a year and countless dollary dues being put into it, it's a raft. It's a fairly small raft. There's no inside area. There's no cooking station. There's no water station. There's nowhere to sleep. You can just about fit Rydogg, Policeofcakes, and a huge suspicious chest that is on the raft. There's all the room there is. There's not even anywhere comfortable to sit. There's nowhere you can put your back against for back support. It is awful. And finally, Rydogg breaks his silence. And he goes, I can't believe this is all we got. To which Policeofcakes says, look, I had to make some deals, okay? I know you think you've given all this money and I've probably just spent it on hookers and blow, but that's not true. A proportion of it, sure, but not all of it. To which Rydogg replies, I brought a better boat than this. We had a proper boat. It was a boat. Now it's a raft. I don't understand. To which Policeofcakes explains, yes, in order for the budget to work, I had to sell that boat that I was fixing up. And then I brought the raft so we at least had something we could sail on. And then the plan was the raft would be a good base for a nice boat going forward, with maybe a mini golf course and a multiplex cinema on board. But, didn't have the time. It's been a year. I know it's been a year, but, I'm not the fastest worker. I like to do things as perfectly as possible. And this is as far as I got. There's not even a sail. We can't even steer where we want to go. We just float with the sea. To which Policeofcakes agrees that is an issue, and they have no idea where they're going. But he does have one saving grace, one thing that he hopes will save the idea, the friendship. Oh God, is the raft called the Friendship? Yes. Why not? And it's the chest. And he says, look, I know you think I've wasted all my time and all my money, but I assure you the chest was worth it. To which Rydogg, he looks at the chest. It's a nice looking chest. And he goes, there's no way you made this chest. To which he says, oh, God, no, of course not. I couldn't make a chest like this. Are you kidding me? If I made a chest, it would just be stuff out in the open. But no, it's what's inside the chest that counts. So that's where the money's been going. To which Rydogg, he suddenly looks a little bit happier. He goes, oh, my God, is there food, water? Can we survive on what's on the chest? To which PoliceofCake looks a little bit sheepish. And goes, those probably would have been good things to put on a raft as our getaway mechanism now that I think about it. But no, what's in the chest is a lot better. To which Rydogg goes, well, what's in the chest? To which PoliceofCake just open it. Open the chest and have a look for yourself. Rydogg a little bit, worse for wear. There's a little bit of hunger pain and dehydration is definitely setting in. Crawls over the 2 inches to get to the chest. So really, he could have just reached with his arm. I don't know why he crawled, but that's Rydogg for you. Flips open the chest, and a huge smile breaks out on Rydogg's face. And he just nods. He's just nodding to himself. And then he looks at PoliceofCake, and he continues to nod. And then PoliceofCake decides to nod as well, because that's the trend, and PoliceofCake likes to follow trends. And then Rydogg just says, that'll do. That'll do. Because in the chest is just bottle after bottle of whiskey, bourbon, and any other brown liquor you can name. And it's just heaven. So for the next 3 days, PoliceofCake and Rydogg just get completely fucking hammered on a tiny raft. PoliceofCake falls off a couple of times, but manages to, crawl himself back on. There's laughter, there's merriment, there's a huge sense of impending doom, but it's all fine. A few more days pass. In order to beat the hangovers, they tend to just drink more. There was a botched attempt at trying to catch some fish, and now PoliceofCake only has one hand, but that's a story for another time. But the raft is coming to an island. There's hope. They can just about see the island through their drunken stupor. And I'm going to put the fact that they were drunk on the fact that they see the 2 Twin Peaks mountains, which make the best of this island. They see them as boobs, and they giggle to themselves for quite a long time over that. And as they manage to get the raft in, and beach it onto the beach, PoliceofCake turns to Rydogg and says, welcome to Booby Bay, it's all going to be fine. And on that, we're going to end this story. I hope you enjoyed. It's a little bit different, maybe a little bit better, possibly a little bit racist with the voice, I don't know. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I will be back with another one soon, because I still have 2 more in the queue, so we will get these done. Follow me on all the normal places. I sailed myself out quite a lot on the end of the last one. Didn't really like it. I'll hopefully put links down below if I remember, which I probably won't because I'm not that good at it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.